Turn your iPhone or iPad into an amazing preview monitor and even recorder for your camera with the new Accsoon SeeMo. We took a close first look.
CineD, your digital cinema tech resource, supported by B&H and CVP.
Now, I don't know about you, but I have been wondering about this for years. All of us are carrying smartphones with super high quality screens in our pockets all the time, but we can't use them as preview monitors for our professional cameras. The few existing solutions out there were cumbersome, with a lot of lag and often inconsistent performance that made them barely usable for professional work. In comes Accsoon with their new SeeMo adapter and changes the game completely. For the first time ever, we're capable to get a video signal via HDMI into an iPhone or iPad. And here's how it works. This tiny device connects to your iPhone using a custom Lightning to USB-C cable, and it connects to your camera simply via its HDMI input. You power it with a Sony-style NPF battery, switch it on, start the Accsoon SEE app, which is free in the App Store, and the image will show up within seconds. Super simple, and it works really reliably. Now let's mention one of the most important practical things right at the beginning. Because Accsoon somehow managed to get a video signal via a cable connection into the iPhone, the lag is also surprisingly low. This delay is definitely low enough to use your phone as a monitor to pull focus from. Now, I didn't do a scientifically measured comparison, but while the Atomos Ninja 5 recorder has slightly less lag, the Accsoon SeeMo is not that much worse. So it really does feel like you're using a proper monitor. And it really feels like a proper monitor because Accsoon did a remarkable job with their app. It's fully featured and has almost all the bells and whistles you would expect from a professional monitor. There's focus peaking, waveforms, anamorphic D-squeeze, pinch to zoom, and even external preview LUTs that can be loaded into the app. A lot of LUTs for different log types for different manufacturers are already built in. Now, there are limits, of course. The image we get is only 1080 with 60 frames per second via this HDMI, which means that the pinch-in magnification is not that useful, as you are zooming into a 1080 image, not the 4K or whatever higher resolution your camera is recording. So the camera's own punch-in is still a lot more useful. Now, the app's navigation is simple and straightforward. There's just one practical problem, which would be actually quite easy to fix. When you swipe across the toolbar at the bottom, you can easily end up accidentally going to your home screen or swiping between apps. Now, an easy solution for that would be to move that toolbar onto the top of the screen and swap it with the toolbar that is currently there. I really hope they can implement this in an app update in the near future. Now, on top of the quite magnificent monitoring features, there's also a recording feature built right into the Accsoon SEE app. This is definitely not replacing a professional recorder monitor, however, but it's a nice add-on tool for a monitor if you need to quickly grab some video off of your camera that you want to work with right away on your phone or send to somebody. When the Accsoon SEE app records video, it can only do so, of course, at 1080p resolution because that's what it gets from the device. It's also limited to 8-bit and a maximum of 30 megabits per second. Now, I think this feature would be absolutely amazing to generate proxies with on the fly, if you could use some of the camera's metadata, like for example the file name and timecode, but also have a record trigger from the camera. Now, this is currently not the case. You have to press the record button separately, but I heard they might be working on something like this. Let's hope it's possible. Nothing would be more convenient than having an automatic proxy workflow with proxies being generated right while you are shooting on your phone while you're using it as a preview monitor. Now, this could help massively with the speed of editing when you can simply airdrop all proxy files from a shoot from your iPhone to your editor or to your own laptop if you're editing yourself. And then you can just edit the proxies and online everything with the actual files when you're done. That would save so much time and processing power. Now, on top of monitoring and recording, there's also a way to stream directly from this app. Hugely useful, of course, because this basically makes all cameras with an HDMI port live streaming capable. Now, you will have to use stream keys for various platforms like YouTube and Facebook, so it's not all automatic and fully integrated, but it's simply great to have this option. That means one more functions we don't need either a dedicated app for or even additional hardware. Now, let's take a quick look at the hardware itself. The SeeMo device itself is tiny and actually just a small box. which actually makes me wonder if you can put this in the future just into a cable, for example. You can take it off the phone mounting bracket like I just did and also use it separately or put elsewhere on your rig. Now, this box itself has no Q20 mounting point at the bottom or anywhere else, which means you'll need to Velcro it if you're using it without the phone mounting bracket. Only the phone mounting bracket itself has a Q20 mount at the bottom with an additional shoe mount on top, which allows for attaching a microphone if you put this on top of your camera. Now, the build quality isn't anything to write home about. It's fully plastic casing, and I think people must take really good care of the SeeMo in order to make this last for a very long time. However, the plastic does feel quite solid, but I definitely wouldn't want to drop this on the floor from a tripod level. There is also a power out option with a 5-volt USB-C connector, but I think that is too low to power most cameras from. Now, unfortunately, the iPhone also cannot be charged through the lightning cable right now, which is a downside, as you are of course draining your phone battery fast when you are using it as a monitor. I really hope this is something that can be added with a firmware update, as I see this being an issue, particularly when using older phones with a battery that isn't that great anymore. Talking about older iPhones. Now, of course, the SeeMo not only turns your phone into a monitor, it also turns your camera into a phone. Joking aside, you should consider using a separate iPhone with the SeeMo if you want to seriously work with this as a monitor, because incoming calls or messages are very impractical when the iPhone is attached to the camera like this, and quite distracting. A lot of people still have some older generation iPhones lying around that they can use with this device, and it might make more sense to do just that. But of course, that's up to you and depends heavily on how much you need your phone sometimes while you are shooting. Now, to summarize, the Accsoon SeeMo is a great little invention in my opinion, and it will definitely live in my gear bag for any shoot in the future, especially when I need to stay small. It's priced at $179, which is not a whole lot of money, but of course you can buy a super cheap knockoff monitor for that, which however will not have a screen as good as your phone at that price point, and it will also not have any of the recording or streaming capabilities. The SeeMo is a great sign of things to come in my opinion, and I wouldn't be surprised, as I mentioned before, if we see this capability inside a cable at a point in the future not too far from now. So I'm really pumped to go out and shoot a little bit more with this now. I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned to CineD for a lot more videos like this one, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye guys.